Hello everyone, SirMonkeySuit here, back again with code Geass. We're on episode 22 of season 2. So yeah, we're coming up to the end. Last episode, Charles and Marianne, poof, they're gone. They're gone. They sort of disintegrated into the fucking, along with the thought elevator and the consciousness, just kind of fucking got swept up in it. So yeah, there was obviously the whole thing. We've got a lot of revelations regarding Charles and the reason why he was doing this whole thing. We've got you know, information regarding Nunnally and the reason why she is the way she is. And after all that, Lelouch ordered God, literally ordered God, to keep time flowing, and to not change anything. And Lelouch is now Emperor with Suzaku as his knight. As the Knight of Zero. That's fucking mental. So we've got Suzaku, we've got Lelouch and Suzaku now on Britannia, and you've got Schneisel and the Black Knights. It's like shit's just changed around. It's fucking nuts. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else to really talk about. We're just going to get in episode 22. So without further ado, let's go.
Following his abolition of the aristocracy, breaking up of plutocratic cliques, and liberation of the numbers, Odysseus and other royals expressed support for the new emperor despite these actions. However,
he's just amazing! Does he really intend to completely remake Britannia?
He's eliminating any faction which could possibly oppose him.
Even in the UFN, most people are expressing their support for Emperor Lelouch.
So what's our next move? What do we do now?
What do you mean from now?
Well, but I mean, everything's different. The new emperor is doing good things.
No, he isn't. Lelouch v. Britannia commands each one of you. Be my slaves. Now!
Be my slaves?
Yes, your majesty! Jeremiah Gottwald returns from battle to announce that he has vanquished former Earl Rosencreuz. Well done. Nobles are rising up and rebelling everywhere.
People resist when you take away their vested interests. They fight back.
That's why we need to make them fully understand how foolish and pathetic it is to cling to vain pedigrees and past glories.
Prince Schneisel and Princess Cornelia have disappeared without a trace. This is the legitimate Holy Britannian Empire, isn't it?
Yes, you have a point.
I wonder if we've become cogs in a machine without even realizing it.
Do you decide if we support His Majesty or Lelouch?
That's part of it. Area 11... Japan. It's about whether or not we should go back to the homeland now that it's no longer a part of Britannia.
Lelouch is the one who...
Stop! Can we just drop this whole subject now and talk about something else?
Nina doesn't know that Lelouch is Zero, right?
You shouldn't go out. You're safe here in this school.
I built the flare. I never in my wildest dreams thought all those countries would target me.
Bunch of countries
So
after?
soon after ascending the throne, the name Emperor Lelouch has become part of history. All because you dismantled Britannian culture.
The real work is yet to come. At this moment, I'm about to spill a sea of blood. Enough blood to wipe away all memory of Princess Massacre forever from people's minds. To move forward into the future, we need to take over the entire world. It's for the sake of the Zero Requiem.
Yes, your majesty.
The Zero Requiem.
And given that the Totemoo Agency in Cambodia has seceded from Britannia, when you add it all up, it leads to one conclusion. There's no choice. We have to move the plan to the next phase before Schneisel has a chance to put his plan into action.
Majesty, it's the Knights of the Round.
Yeah.
Approaching with the Knight of One in the lead.
We swore absolute loyalty to Charles Z. Britannia.
We will never recognize this damned usurper.
Oh my god, is it the Lancelot? What do you call it?
One is enough with Lancelot Albion.
Albion, that's it.
He got me. Already?
Which knight was that?
It's Suzaku-kun!
Will you wake up, Suzaku?
Gino.
You can still come back to us. You got it all wrong. If you've sworn true loyalty to Britannia, then it's you who should join our side, Gino.
Suzaku-kun! I heard that your goal was to become the Knight of One.
But I am the only Knight of One.
What's his
and
Geass?
I'll never lose that title to a traitor like you.
He's not Knight of 1, he's Knight of 0.
My title is the Knight of 0, and that trumps you, Bismarck.
Yeah, it does.
The Lancelot with energy wings?
And it's challenging Bismarck. How can he know Lancelot's flight path?
My Geass gives me the power to see the future.
Ah, fucking damn it. How far in advance?
As we planned, this battle is being broadcast to the world.
Right. For the sake of the Zero Requiem,
That's why I'm ordering you to live.
Yes, Your Majesty!
What? What is this? Is it the machine's special functions?
What?
Or is it Kururugi's skill?
Even though you can predict my moves, if I do this...
Head on? You insult me!
Oh, shit.
Failed you, Lady Marianne.
Okay, well there goes Bismarck then.
Fallen.
That was easy.
Am I a Knight of Britannia? And if I'm not, then what am I fighting these battles for?
The video that you've just seen is final proof that I am the true ruler of Britannia. Holy Britannian Empire is ready to join the United Federation of Nations.
Does that mean...
Shit.
Britannia will be on our side?
There you
Everyone's
see?
on the same side.
He was one of us.
The site of the negotiation shall be the one nation which is neutral, standing between Britannia and the UFN. Japan. The Ashford Academy will be the site of the conference.
Oh, man.
We need to deploy Damocles now. There's no more time.
Is that the only option we have?
That will be up to the world to decide.
It is here that the UFN will debate whether to allow the Britannian Empire to become a member.
Oh.
Lelouch, is it really you? I'm sorry. Emperor Lelouch has just landed inside the school grounds.
Lelouch! I need to know the truth, Lelouch! Why didn't you ever tell me who you were?
How
Let
dare
me
you
go.
disrespecting the Emperor?
Lelouch! Hey!
Right?
He's sorry, let him go! We'll leave right now! Lelouch, tell me why.
Nice to meet you. You're Captain Colin Koski, a leader of the Black Knights, are you not?
That's right. I'm here to escort you safely to the conference.
Fine. Do you mind if we take the long way around?
Maybe he can't act like that in front of the public, like
I understand.
that was his friends, maybe.
Zero also supplied the guards with goggles that have special lenses. Advanced Geass countermeasures.
I'm grateful for what you did. I know if it weren't for you, I'd have ended my life back in the Shinjuku ghetto. I was glad, proud and honored to be needed by our masked leader, Zero. Man I saw fighting against Britannia. Now you've joined forces with Suzaku. Do you want personal power? To be above everyone else? Or is this just a game to you?
Lelouch, after everything we've been through, what do I mean to you? On the day you left the Ikaruga, you told me, Colin, you have to live!
Damn.
This is it then. Bye, Lelouch.
So then it is goodbye, Colin. I desire that the Holy Britannian Empire participates in the United Federation of Nations.
Do you understand that participation is dependent upon a 2/3 majority vote of UFN members?
Of course. That's the democratic way of doing things, right? Geass countermeasures, huh? Well, now it's clear that only Kaguya and the core members of the Black Knights know about Geass. Isn't the new Britannia a better country for the entire world?
That remains to be seen. UFN resolutions are always determined by majority vote.
Voting rights are apportioned according to each member nation's population.
So the nation with the largest population in the world now is Britannia.
If we allow Britannia to join the UFN today,
you will have more than half the votes, Emperor Lelouch.
You would usurp our power and take control of the UFN.
I always knew he was a bad guy.
Fucking Tamaki, man.
Exceptionally dim, isn't he?
Break up your empire. Let your territories secede from Britannia. Or limit your total votes to 20%. Those are your options.
Destroy the world, and even oneself!
Careful, he's trying to pull something! Damn it!
the Britannian forces
forces have started to move.
What's that?
They're crossing from international waters
Holy
into Japanese territory.
fuck.
All of this was nothing but a decoy.
If that's true, then he's betrayed the trust of the entire
There's got to be
world.
more to this, hasn't there? There has to
Never.
be.
Its goal is a pure dictatorship.
He abolished the old aristocracy, yet he still continues to call himself emperor.
Lelouch is now the enemy of the world.
What's his game plan?
Itself
What?
will collapse, and that would leave Britannia victorious.
I request that you take the vote. Will you allow Britannia to join the UFN?
We'd be voting under duress.
Will you stop them from casting their decision?
Emergency dispatch from the Avalon.
What is it?
Pendragon, the capital city. It's been...
Damn it, he struck first.
The radius of destruction is approximately 100 kilometers. There's a fortress in the sky above it. It's 3 kilometers long.
What is that?
Yes, I had no doubt that all the Flea warheads were there. The Sky Fortress Damocles was developed by the Totomo Agency in Cambodia. It is a perfect base for the Fleas.
Do you enjoy forcing others to submit to your will, Lelouch? I've gathered all the Flea warheads. They're deployed to the Damocles.
You're prepared to attack the Britannian Emperor?
I'm afraid that's a moot point since I don't recognize you as the Emperor, Lelouch.
I suppose you think that you're best suited to rule.
No, you're mistaken. There's another who's destined for the throne.
Who?
Is right here.
Ah, she is alive! Oh my god! How? How though?
Listen well, Lelouch and Suzaku. I declare, you're my enemies from now on.
I knew there was a reason I was holding out hope. I knew she wasn't dead. How though? How? It's not like... she was in the middle of it. How did it get out? It's not like what, like nobody noticed that her ship like still traveling away. How the fuck it, what? And now she just straight up considers Lelouch and Suzaku enemies. Like, ah, oh, what is happening? And honestly, what's Lelouch thinking? What's he doing? Oh man, there has to be more than this. There has to be, man. There has to be more to it. What's he thinking? He's putting an act on for something. Because everything I backed Lelouch for is pretty much the opposite of what he's doing now. Like when he was talking with Charles and Marianne in the last episode, and he's talking about, you know, how you can't have a life without fucking, you know what I mean? You can't have a life without everyone fucking being honest and whatnot. And I was talking about it like how it removes everybody's free will, and then yeah, he's like ordering people to be slaves. Like what? This. Have I missed something or what? What is happening? What's he wanting? He wants to take over the world. I remember like back in like, it must have been season 1 where he was talking about, you know, how there needs to be, the world needs to be under one leader. And if that's me, you know, that means that I make the rules, essentially, you know. And me making the rules means that I won't allow conflict to happen. I guess that's his point. And I guess that's the reason why Suzaku's so, like, with Lelouch. Because obviously he's changed at the ends to justify the means, right? So has he just completely given up on everything then? like everything that was before. He was willing to lose, like he's willing to lose everything for it, and now it's possibly now what he's gonna have to go to war against Nunnally. Surely not. Surely there's an angle in which Lelouch is the reason why he's doing it. It can't be just straight up like he's doing this. Yeah, that is actually what's happening. Like he's literally like this is what he's doing. This is what he actually means. I mean, I don't know. Lelouch destroyed like the Britannian mausoleum as well, where every one of his ancestors' graves lay, I guess. He also has full control of his Geass now, as well as like them in both eyes. What exactly does that do? Him having extra? Does that like? I don't know. Does it increase the potency? Does it allow it? Does it allow him to use it more than once on one person? Nina said that a lot of countries were against her because she's the one that created the flare, apparently. That was interesting. I kind of almost liken that to, I can't remember the name of the guy, but there was a guy in, I believe it was the early 20th century that started making that he put like lead, like he was using a lot of lead in was it motorized vehicles and stuff like that, which basically caused fuck, what's the term? It released a lot of fucking carbon. It's not monoxide, is it? Carbon, like, well, essentially, in another way, using carbon, he left a carbon footprint like that destroyed pretty much most of the, like, you know, a lot of the fucking ozone that still hasn't even been, like, it still hasn't repaired itself back, like, to this day, like, you know, like that is, and because of that, I think like the human populace of the world, like people still have like a ridiculous amount of lead in their blood, just from like, you know, genetics, because of like what he did back then. Basically, someone that created something that ended up being, you know, disastrous for like humanity. I kind of liken it to that with Nina and the flare. Well, the Lancelot Albion turn up, which is sick. And then he just went up again. He just destroyed like the knights of the fucking the Knight of the Round. Like, who's left? I guess Anya's still out there, so I'm guessing she's not, like, I guess she just, I don't know. I guess she just isn't a part of it anymore. The only ones like left is Gino. I mean, he took on Bismarck with like no fucking. I mean, I feel like that was a bit underwhelming, the Bismarck thing. Like, we just got introduced to his Geass. Fucking hell, he can see the future? It doesn't matter, because the album just fucked him over anyway. Like, it just, it doesn't matter. It was strange, when Rivel was trying to cross the thing, like, cross over the barricade, right, shouting out for Lelouch, and then the Black Knights, like, got a hold of Rivel and told him, like, how dare you do this to like the almighty emperor or something like that. Like, why is that? Why? That's strange to me. It's like, because the Black Knights as an organization were against the Britannian Empire, right? Now, I get that it's, you know, it's a new emperor, whatever, but when you've got like the fucking, like, the figureheads of the Black Knights that are clearly you know, not entirely on board with Lelouch at the minute. Why is it that the ones on the ground are? You know what I mean? And those were ones that weren't even Geassed. So it's just interesting that like Black Knights would refer to a Britannian Empire as like the like, you know, your holiness. I don't, you know what I mean? It's just strange. They said that they made like glasses or lenses for the, like, you know, as a countermeasure for the Geass. How? How? They didn't explain it. God, there's a lot of this episode where I'm just like, I don't understand a lot of it. Like the whole thing with Bismarck seems rushed. I don't get why some of the Black Knights on the lower end are calling the Britannian Empire like, you know, Almighty or Your Holiness, or showing a lot of respect to them. The lenses for the Geass they didn't even talk about. Like, I get that one of the countermeasures was that thing that you know, that they surrounded Lelouch with. Seems like very rushed, not a lot of explanation. I mean, they can always, there's still episodes left, so they can still, like, you know, explain. But we had Carlin kiss him, and then, you know, what am I to you? Lelouch didn't. Just the blandest face you could ever fucking have. Why can't he act normal? This is not, like, I refuse. If this is like, if Lelouch, there's no way Lelouch, like, this is the, like, you know, there's no way Lelouch is looking at this and being like, you know, that's what he actually means. It's bullshit. There's no way. There's no way. I don't know if it's like, if he has just got no more fucking room in his heart anymore. Because of everything, like the betrayal and the revelations that he got with Charles and Marianne last episode, and that's the reason why he's just so like, oh fuck it, I can't be bothered anymore. Fuck it. Because you see how emotional he was, especially regarding everything with like Nunnally and stuff last episode, and now we're like, there's just nothing. There's nothing there. It's like his soul's gone. It could be a Geass thing. Like, can the Geass get so powerful to the point where it's sort of like Game of Thrones with Bran, right? When he has all the fucking knowledge in the world and gets given all of these experiences all at once, he loses his touch on emotion and everything like that. He not, like, you know what I mean? He doesn't care anymore. Is this similar? Is this could that be it? Like with Lelouch now getting like Geass in both eyes, could that be? Oh, I just don't know, man. Yeah, I thought it was Lelouch's plan to join with the UFN, in which case he would end up getting majority vote, because you know it's dependent on the amount of land one owns, and because Britannia owns like fucking like more than half the world, that, you know, he would have the majority, so he would be in control of everything. So it would be something where he's like, you know, he's able to be the person in charge, even though it's a democracy across the whole world. He's still the person that holds that has the chips, right? He holds the chips, balls in his court all the time. So it was a great plan, but obviously they shut it down. In which case, meanwhile, Schneisels used a flare on Pendragon. So that's the capital then? The capital of Britannia? Where's that at? And Schneisels using a floating fortress to store the flare and whatnot, and Nunnally's alive, and now consider. Oh, what? How? I don't understand. Yeah, that was another thing this episode. Like, you know, I get this. Well, you know, it was a revelation at the end of the episode for like a cliffhanger, right? So it's not like, it's not like they, you know, that's something that can answer. But you know, fuck. How can she be that? She can't. Man. Is she just seeing the way this is going? This changed everything. This changed. You know. Oh, there's no way. I don't know how this is going to end. Ah, fucking hell, man. I'm desperate. I'm desperate for a reasoning as to why Lelouch is the way he is. I can't have Lelouch be like this. I can't be. I can't be, because then that sours everything. The reason why I backed him up for the whole fucking show. It sours it all. This can't be right. There has to be something. There's always a reason. There's always a reason why he acts the way he acts. He doesn't just do things like, you know, act like a dick for no reason. There's something there. There has to be. That's all, though. That's all. So thank you, everyone, for watching. In the description below, I have links to certain things. One is the Discord. I urge everyone to go over there, especially if you want me to react to a certain show, because that's where polls and things start. Also, if you just want to go, talk to me about community, you're free to do that as well. And Patreon. So I do have a Patreon. If you do want to support me, that'd be very much appreciated. There's a bunch of different tiers and rewards depending on how much you want to support me with. We've got $5 a month. That's the elite, not the elite. That's the early access tier. So for that, you gain access to all the shows I do a week early. And for Psychopass and Code Geass, although, you know, when this is out on YouTube, Code Geass will be finished, so another show will take its place. But essentially, yeah, it's 4 episodes of Code Geass a week and 4 episodes of Psychopass. So yeah, once Code Geass is finished up, it'll be a different show that gets 4 episodes a week. But yeah, if you're coming for more reactions from me, that's where you want to go. $10 a month, that's the full length. So for that, you gain access to all the shows I do. You know, fully unedited, everything I react to gets a full length. $15 a month, that's the exclusive tier. So for that, you gain access to a bonus show which I'm currently reacting to, which is Mob Psycho 100. Also, all OVA reactions, all movie reactions go into there as well. $50, that's the elite tier. So every time you pay $50, you get a choice of a show that you want me to react to, and I will react to it. It'll go at the bottom of the list. I think it's about 7 or 8 shows I need to get through first, so it might take me a while to get around to it, but I will eventually. Unless you want to jump the queue and go to the very front, in which case you want to get God tier, which is $100, and that means that your show will be reacted to next. But that is all. So thank you for watching. I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.